Dr. Marianne Voss was the kind of psychotherapist everyone trusted. Her office smelled faintly of chamomile and cedar. Her voice was low and even, and her eyes always seemed to understand you before you spoke. Patients left her sessions lighter, almost as if they had shed burdens they didn't know they carried. Only she knew the truth. She wasn't helping them. She was learning them. Marianne's method was subtle. She listened, she observed. She mirrored your gestures, your speech, your fears until she was no longer just a therapist in the room. She was you. And when the week was done, when trust had settled like dust in the corners, something remarkable happened. The person she had studied ceased to exist. Their soul, their essence evaporated, leaving a hollow shell, a body without life. And Marianne stepped in. She started small. A man who worked nights in a convenience store, a lonely widow who collected porcelain cats, a young couple on the brink of divorce. Each time she spent 7 days inside their mind, tracing the pathways of memory and desire, until she could walk the world as them. She knew their fears, their joys, their secret cravings, and she wore them like skin. No one noticed at first. People assumed the changes were minor quirks. They seemed different, a friend might say, and Marianne would smile politely, inwardly savoring the truth. She was different. They were gone. She never intended cruelty. In the bodies she inhabited, she learned what it meant to live in a world full of touch and taste and pain. She felt the warmth of a husband's hand for the first time, the tenderness of a mother's hug. She laughed, she cried, she learned to cook, she learned love. But after a week it would end and she would move on to another life, leaving the empty husk behind. It was during a session with a young artist that she realized how lonely she had become. She had wandered from body to body, accumulating the experience of humanity without ever belonging. And that was when the truth surfaced, bitter and crystalline. She was not human. She was an alien, a traveler without a planet, seeking not conquest but a family. Each soul she claimed, each body she learned was a home she could borrow, a chance to taste the warmth of being human. Marianne stared in the mirror, not at her reflection but at the endless possibilities behind her eyes. She did not delight in death, she mourned it. But more than anything, she craved connection, the deep intimacy of truly living in another's skin, even for a week. Sometimes she wondered if the humans she left behind would forgive her, if they could understand her loneliness. Yet when she stepped into the next life, she felt a spark that had never existed in her own body, a pulse of belonging. For a brief, beautiful week, she was loved, needed, and alive, and if that love came at the cost of a life, it was not born of malice. It was born of a solitude so vast it could swallow stars.